The Book of Judith, chapter 16. And Judith began to sing this song of thanksgiving in all Israel, and all the people sang with loud voices this song of praise. Judith said, "Begin a song to my God with timbrels, sing to my Lord with cymbals, make melody to him with psalm and praise. Exalt him and call upon his name. For the Lord is the God that crushes battles. For in his armies in the midst of the people he delivered me out of the hand of those who persecuted me. Ashur came out of the mountains from the north. He came with 10,000s of his army. Its multitude stopped the torrents. Their horsemen covered the hills. He said that he would burn up my borders, kill my young men with the sword, throw my nursing children to the ground, give my infants up as prey, and make my virgins a plunder. The Almighty Lord brought them to nothing by the hand of a woman, for their mighty one didn't fall by young men, neither did sons of the Titans strike him. Tall giants didn't attack him, but Judith, the daughter of Merari, made him weak with the beauty of her countenance. For she put off the apparel of her widowhood, for the exaltation of those who were distressed in Israel. She anointed her face with ointment, bound her hair in a tiara, and took a linen garment to deceive him. Her sandal ravished his eye, her beauty took his soul prisoner. The sword passed through his neck. The Persians quaked at her daring. The Medes were daunted at her boldness. Then my lowly ones shouted aloud. My oppressed people were terrified and trembled for fear. They lifted up their voices and the enemy fled. The children of slave girls pierced them through and wounded them as fugitives' children. They perished by the army of my Lord. I will sing to my God a new song. O Lord, you are great and glorious, marvelous in strength, invincible. Let all your creation serve you. For you spoke, and they were made. You sent out your spirit, and it built them. There is no one who can resist your voice. For the mountains will be moved from their foundations with the waters, and the rocks will melt as wax at your presence. But you are yet merciful to those who fear you. For all sacrifice is little for a sweet savor, and all the fat is very little for a whole burnt offering to you. But he who fears the Lord is great continually. Woe to the nations who rise up against my race. The Lord Almighty will take vengeance on them in the day of judgment, and put fire and worms in their flesh, and they will weep and feel their pain forever. Now when they came to Jerusalem, they worshipped God. When the people were purified, they offered their whole burnt offerings, their freewill offerings, and their gifts. Judith dedicated all Holofernes' stuff, which the people had given her, and gave the canopy which she had taken for herself out of his bedchamber for a gift to the Lord. And the people continued feasting in Jerusalem before the sanctuary for 3 months, and Judith remained with them. After these days, everyone departed to his own inheritance. Judith went away to Bethlehem and remained in her own possession, and was honorable in her time in all the land. Many desired her, but no man knew her all the days of her life, from the day that Manasseh her husband died, and was gathered to his people. She increased in greatness exceedingly, and she grew old in her husband's house, to 105 years. She let her maid go free. Then she died in Bethlehem. They buried her in the cave of her husband Manasseh. The house of Israel mourned for her 7 days. She distributed her goods before she died to all those who were nearest of kin to Manasseh her husband, and to those who were nearest of her own kindred. There was no one who made the children of Israel afraid any more in the days of Judith, nor for a long time after her death.